So a while ago, I searched YouTube for instructions on how to maintain my Corsair XD5 pump res combo, and couldn't find a single video on YouTube. So I actually made one. Didn't do the best job, but I just did another one. So we're gonna get right into it. It should be a lot easier to follow. So here it is. So the first thing we're going to do is if you flip your XD5 upside down, there's four little screws with a rubber coating, and they just come off with your hand. They also have a little slot for a flathead screwdriver, but they're pretty easy just to twist off with your fingers. They're not on there too tight. This is the first part of the disassembly. You only need really a screwdriver with maybe three different bits to do the entire teardown. Okay, after we get this fourth rubber coated screw out, we're going to slide this clip off of the bottom, pull the wires through, and then this shiny metal, it's like a retention bracket that actually holds the pump to the reservoir. You need a T8 bit. It's a T like Thomas, number 8 bit. And we have 8 of these to take off. Just make sure you don't lose them because, I mean, it's kind of a bizarre looking screw they use to hold this little retention bracket on. The only other screwdriver bit that we're going to need is a T6. Those kind of bits can be found in electronics kits. I think I picked one up at Walmart for like $8. But that's all you need to take down or to do the entire teardown of the pump. Okay. Now, once we get the last of those screws out, this retention bracket will slide off the bottom as well. You could actually remove the pump right now. It's going to be sealed on there, especially if you've never opened it before. For some reason, I thought I had to go farther with it, but I just had to pull a little bit harder. There's 3 screws underneath that bracket that hold the top black plastic shroud over the pump res combo, and this is where we have to switch to the T6 bit, much smaller, to remove these. There's 3 screws on there, so we're going to do that now. Okay, once we get that last screw out of there, I got done fiddling with the pump. I don't know what I was thinking, but it will pop out. Just give it a little bit more force, but we can slide this shroud up over the top and just wiggle it over where the wires are coming out of the top for the RGB lights, and it'll come right off. And then we use the same bit for the rest of the screws. I found it easier to put a small extension on my little electronic screwdriver to take out the screws. But those ones are going to be, they go in from the top. So we've been taking the screws out of the bottom. To take these next ones out, we just got to flip the pump res over and unscrew them from the top. You'll see in just a second. All right, once we get those last screws out, we've got to separate the top of the reservoir from the pump housing. Now it's been sealed on there, so you might have to give it a little bit of oomph, but it will come right off. I was shocked at how easy these reservoirs stain. As you can see, mine's tinted a little red a little bit, but with some rubbing alcohol and some warm soapy water with dish soap and paper towel, the stuff comes pretty clean pretty quick. On the inside of the clear reservoir, there's what do they call them, a vortex dampener or something. There's a little clear plastic piece on the inside, looks kind of like a spider web. That'll just slide out from the bottom as well. If you really want to go and clean up the entire part of the radiator. But I would definitely take the time now to make sure that any junk that's in there is out, because you don't want any sediment buildup, because even the smallest amount can cause these pumps to fail totally. It's hard to kill a D5 pump. It's very hard. But sediment is one of the things that will do it. If you, where the impeller is, if that gets scratched up, that metal surface, it's going to cause friction and it will cause the pump to stop working. Even the smallest scratches are a big deal on a D5 pump, so you don't want them at all. Okay, to take the impeller off, all you do is grab it from the top, pull straight up. That's it. It's held on by a magnet. That little dish in the inside is what I was talking about. If there's any scratches on that, you might be in trouble. So you want to make sure you keep these things super clean. I stopped using like those fancy fluids a long time ago, just because of how many problems they could cause you in the future when it comes to the fluid breaking down or just going bad on you. Not only cleaning it out of like the micro fins on your CPU block or your GPU block, but cleaning it out of the pumps is a nightmare sometimes. And that's pretty much it. Just you put it back together, just make sure that everything's nice and clean and you line everything up. You don't want to strip any screws or anything, of course, but it's super easy to put back together, very easy to maintain, very easy to disassemble. If I could do it, anybody can, trust me. But that's how you do it. I'm surprised they didn't put any directions in their manual or anything like that. It's kind of beside myself when I learned that there was not a single video on YouTube other than my old bad one to show you how to do this. So I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. I'd be glad to engage with you. If you have any tips for me too, I'm always open. Bring them. I love it. So thank you very much for checking out my video. Hopefully this helped. Like I said, have a great day.